Randy Pitchford said what? Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Mag Show. Today, we are going to be talking about the Suge Knight of the video game industry. The wild man himself, Randy Pitchford, has said something that has upset a lot of fans, and a lot of speculation is flying through the air about the possibility of Borderlands 4 being an $80 game. Now, let's get into this situation. This is brought to you by Windows Central. I'm going to read it verbatim what he said. It says here, this is Michael Hoagland here of Windows Central. Shout out to my boys over there. He's saying the price of Borderlands 4 is still undecided, but the CEO of Gearbox Entertainment thinks fans will find a way no matter the price. Allow me to read what he said here. We had someone saying, Randy, this is the treasured treasure. Stop making me try to say that 5 times real fast. Anyways, Randy, this better not be $80. Don't take that risk. A lot of gamers aren't going to pay $80 and feed this notion of constant increase of the price tag. He then responds with, not my call. If you're a real fan, you'll find a way to make it happen. My local game store had Starflight for Sega Genesis for $80 in 1991 when I was just out of high school, working minimum wage at an ice cream parlor in Pismo Beach, and I found a way to make it happen. Okay, so let's break down what he's talking about here, and we're going to get right into the situation. Now, there have been rumors and speculation that's been going around that this game is going to be $80. I don't know what this company is doing. It seems like Take-Two is taking the piss right now because they're offering Mafia 4 for $50, and now all of a sudden, 2 weeks later, there's the possibility that Borderlands 4 could be $80, and God knows, only the Lord knows what they plan on charging for Grand Theft Auto 6, whatever century it decides to actually come out. What are these guys doing? It just doesn't make any sense. Now, the thing is, Randy Pitchford is not wrong per se, but he's also not right. There's some times where you have to I know he likes to talk and he likes to say some pretty outlandish things, but the thing is, at the end of the day, you have to know when to speak and when to shut up. Unlike this very handsome bald guy I know that never knows how to shut up, but either way, sometimes you need to just put your foot in your mouth and just be like, listen, just shut up and just go around and just don't respond to something like this, right? Because all you're going to do is fuel more anger in the community. The community's already on edge as it is. Everybody's fighting with each other for one stupid reason or another instead of enjoying awesome games that are all over the place right now. But this is what happens. If you do increase the price of the game, it can be justified considering that only a month later, Microsoft has every intention of charging $80 for Call of Duty and every game beyond that if you're not on Game Pass, right? So that means PS5 games, Steam, right? And then, of course, on Xbox, if you don't have Game Pass. Not everybody has Game Pass, clearly, right? But it still means that there are people out there who are going to be paying $80 for Xbox games moving forward. That being the case, they're all going to start taking a page from each other, right? It makes absolute sense. That's what's going to happen. And I understand that prices go up. That's just the way it is. Let me ask you something. What did you pay for eggs 2 years ago? What did you pay for eggs 2 years ago versus what you're paying now? Did you still make a way to make it happen? Did you still find a way to pay for it? Yes, you did, because you wanted those eggs. I understand that's for sustenance in order to survive, but you could eat something else, right? But people still do it. It happens. Same thing in the gaming industry. Listen, I'm a huge Borderlands fan. When I was playing them on the Xbox, I got 1,000 out of 1,000 on 1. I got 1,000 out of 1,000 on 2. And then I went back and got another, 2,000 something achievement points on the Handsome Jack collection. Then I got, 3,000 out of 3,000, whatever the heck it is, for Borderlands 3, or maybe it was 2,500, whatever it is, because I played the game, got the 1,000, then I did all of the DLC on top of that. I love the Borderlands series. The point of the matter is that you can't just assume that real fans will find a way, because not everybody is in the situation where they can afford everything, right? It's just, there are BMWs all over the road. Doesn't mean everybody can buy one. It's going to be a certain group of people, but if you start locking people out of that situation, you're going to drive people away from the game, which is not what you want to do, especially with a huge title like Borderlands 4. Now, the thing is not making any sense to me is this whole Mafia, Borderlands, and then GTA 6 and their pricing scheme. I have a distinct feeling, I may be wrong, but I have a distinct feeling that GTA 6 is going to be even more than $80. It could be upwards of $90, could be $100 bundled in with the GTA Online. They may charge a little extra for that. Who the heck knows what they plan on doing? But this is what is going to happen. But the thing is, what I don't understand is when someone asks these questions, I think it's best sometimes as an executive, as a CEO, that you shouldn't really answer them. Leave it alone. Let the bigger company do it. He said it himself. Not my call, right? Because at the end of the day, he is the CEO. I understand that. But sometimes there's always a bigger fish. Qui-Gon Jinn, 1999. But either way, there's always someone else bigger than you. I am a boss myself, but this boss has other bosses who make my decisions for me outside of my immediate surroundings. That is the way it goes. There's nothing I could do about it. If someone up above decides to come down on me and saying, hey, this is what we're doing now as a new policy moving forward for the company, whatever else, that's no longer my call. Right? That's their call, and I just have to act on it, and I have to be able to enforce whatever new policy that has come in, like I said, within the boundaries of what I govern, right? So that's just always the way it is. I mean, that goes from kings down to regional whatever and all this other stuff in the kingdoms and like in the Middle Ages and all that stuff. It doesn't make a difference. It's all the same thing everywhere, right? It's always going to be that way. But the thing is, at some point, you have to take responsibility and learn to shut your mouth. And you have to be able to talk about it and just say, listen, we'll get, maybe just actually, don't say anything at all. I think your best policy is just keep your mouth shut. Let the company release the new trailer. Let's say it's some summer showcase or whatever the heck they're doing, or a launch trailer, and then just leave the price out there. People are going to find out anyway, but there's no point in antagonizing other people to do that, especially gamers who are very volatile creatures. Trust me, I know. But either way, I want to know what you think about, I was about to say Strauss Zelnick. What do you think about Randy Pitchford? Well, actually, it's Strauss Zelnick too. But what do you think about Randy Pitchford's words here and his response to gamers' questions in regards to the possibility of an $80 price tag for Borderlands 4? And if so, if you're a real fan, are you going to be going out and paying $80 for Borderlands 4? Anyways, that's all I got for you today. Not too happy with that kind of PR situation, but either way, have yourself a great day and stay magnificent.